The Breakfast Huddle replay from moneyFM 89.3.
If you've ever wondered where those trolleys in supermarkets come from, or perhaps if you wander close to a construction site, you see these guys with these hard hats, who supplies these things?
Well, there are lots of companies that do. I mean, even when you think about cutlery that you use in restaurants, where did that stuff come from? These things are always found where they belong, but they don't just appear without someone who sources hard for them behind the scenes.
Well, procurement in any business is invisible to the ordinary customer like you and me, and we might imagine that it's as simple as a trip to a supermarket or an online shopping spree, but it is not.
Yeah, it's a lot of research, a lot of patience, and in short, just a lot of hard work. But what if there's a place where you can find anything you need to buy for work and it's online?
Well, Eezee.sg is Singapore's first and largest business-to-business or B2B marketplace for industrial hardware and supplies for the maintenance, repair and operations industry.
Yep, and they're committed to providing a customer-centric e-commerce experience that's easy, transparent and secure. So to tell us more about Eezee.sg, we have in the studio with us Terence Goh, co-founder of Eezee, and Sandra Lim. She's the head of marketing for Eezee. Hey guys, great to have you both in the studio.
Hi, good morning.
So let's start off talking about Eezee. I mean, how long has it been around? Why did you choose the name? What was the inspiration behind this company? Let's get Terence to kick it off.
Hi, I'm Terence, co-founder of Eezee. So we started Eezee because we were thinking we started Eezee during a time where marketplaces were proliferant. Like you have Shopee, Lazada back in around, data started around 2016 for Shopee, Lazada in 2012. So we started during a time where e-commerce marketplaces were so common and, online shopping is so convenient and fast-free. So we thought but for business procurement, it was pretty much a nightmare, right, for the person involved. And so we thought why can't procurement be as simple and easy as shopping online? So that's why we came out with our name, Eezee.
Right.
Okay, Sandra, I mean, it's called Eezee, but we keep describing it as like Amazon for businesses. From a marketing point of view, though, I think you've got a lot to work with here, haven't you?
It's a good thing. It's a big base that we want to get into, but at the same time, we feel that we wanted people to understand what kind of business we're trying to do. So in that sense, we feel that, the experience that we want to give our customers, be it businesses or individuals, is to ensure that they have a comfortable e-shopping experience. So for that sense, that's where the solution comes in, where Eezee builds a place where they can buy things easily.
Right, because the procurement journey should be an easy journey.
Yes, because it's really a lot of work. I mean, it's so much paperwork.
I have experience in that area.
Yes.
And I know sometimes you have to submit quotes, you gotta submit quotes, you gotta get approval, blah blah blah. Perhaps the company has to this company that you're buying from has to be a company that the bigger company has been working with. So if I'm someone who needs to do procurement, how easy is it for me? What are the steps that I need to take? Paint the picture, Terence.
So imagine you are purchasing things that you need, removing all this hassle of sourcing, requesting for quotes.
Okay.
You already have a catalog of approved vendors, and whenever you need to buy things for work, it's just as easy as adding things to cart and checking out.
How do these vendors get approved?
So these vendors would already actually be the pre-existing vendors that already work with your company.
All right, right. So you have this database, so it's easier for finance to approve it in that sense.
Yes, correct. And it integrates back into your ERP system.
Oh, okay. All right. But then that begs the question, Sandra, is that like a closed network, or can the companies actually get on Eezee and advertise? Can they do that?
So that's interesting. So we actually operate on a dual, you are able to access the closed network one, and you're able to open our open marketplace platform. So it depends on the buying policies within your organization.
So I'm trying to procure products. I know in the past I just have to go to these products, these sources. Well, I have to find them myself, get these quotes, blah, blah, blah. Now I'm going through you. How do you make money then?
Yeah.
So based on the volume or transactions that your organization puts in through Eezee,
okay,
we take a nominal fee based on that volume and transaction.
Also, it's not a subscription fee, but it's based on how much I procure or I buy. Fair enough.
Sandra, let's take it to you because you have this role in marketing. How do you get these big companies to come on and to use the site and to shop with the site? Is that a challenge? And can you name some of your biggest clients?
Right now, we are working with Shell and Caesar, some of the biggest players in aerospace and oil and gas.
Yeah.
So what's happening right now? It's I just realized that there's not much information out there about procurement, and to actually sell Eezee, we just realized that we need to keep it really simple, really layman. So it's actually quite a challenge because first of all, we want to reach the procurement people, but at the same time, we're also reaching top business owners and decision makers. So we are trying to make the concept simple enough to understand. Therefore, the Amazon reference in the article that you saw recently on Vulcan Post. Yes.
Yeah, but you think Amazon, you think big warehouses and massive volume. Could you give us a sense of the kind of volume that you guys have to handle in terms of merchandise bought?
I think I'll bring that to Terence.
Okay.
Yes.
On a daily perspective or monthly perspective, we are processing orders for about more than 500 to 600 companies.
Wow. On a daily basis?
No, the monthly.
On a monthly basis.
Monthly basis.
We'll get there.
Right. And infrastructurally, how do you manage that?
So there's a lot of automation on our platform.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are pretty much a tech company. We build a lot of tech to help with automating processes that we find can be automated, digitalized. Yeah.
But you raise a good point for me. You're a tech company, but what we've learned as we've spoken to companies like Lazada, we've spoken to Amazon on this show before, and all of these companies come up against the same thing: is how do you make sure that any company operating on your platform is legit? So is that a bit of a challenge?
There's not pretty much challenge because most of the suppliers that are on our platform, they are local suppliers.
Okay.
And so whenever they list with us, they actually submit all their company records. So we vet them and we verify that, hey, they are legit.
Yeah, and I guess, like you said earlier, there are certainly in terms of your closed platform, a lot of that recommendation is coming from the companies you work with, right?
Yes. So a lot of companies, they realize that, when we approach them, they realize that a lot of the common vendors that they work with, they are actually already on board Eezee. So then the implementation process for them is quite seamless.
Terence, I say this with the best intentions. You look really young. and I mean well, and I want to make a point here. I'm very sure you are young. Starting out Eezee, at the initial phase, what were some of the challenges you went through? How do you get people to take you seriously? How do you get that initial help? Could you share with us?
So, I guess we faced a lot of challenges in our early days, garnering support from our Singaporean suppliers. We went door to door knocking. Hey, are you interested to list your products online with us?
Some uncle will say, boy, I do this very long.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Then on the other hand, there are suppliers who are really keen to support us. They were like, hey, you are young. Wow, you know this digital stuff better than I do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So people willing to take on that change.
Yes. Yeah. And then they sometimes they pitch to us. They say, hey, I see all this like Shopee, Lazada, Amazon everywhere. I want to get on this.
But Terence, I mean, again, I totally mean well. But if you had been someone who worked in procurement for, say, 20 years, and then you said, actually, we need a platform that makes that easier, that would make a lot more sense in my head. But how did you decide that you wanted to create a platform that would make procurement easier?
So my co-founder, Logan, is our CEO, and he came from a procurement background.
Okay.
So yeah, he understood the pain of procurement and, filing tedious paperwork. So he previously worked at a construction civil engineering company. So he was processing like upwards of like a few thousand purchase orders per month. Yeah. So he was at the brunt of all of this procurement stuff. Yeah.
Okay. So what were you? Were you the tech genius in the?
So Jasper and I, we are the tech guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sandra, you're an experienced lady. Notice how I was very careful with that. What's your experience like working in this fast tech world and with these young chaps?
I guess understanding where they come from it's really important.
Sure.
And these young men who are highly intelligent manage to figure out that there is a need and there is a gap in the market that we can fill. So I think the positioning of where these boys come from or young men come from, they have actually positioned themselves pretty well. And I think joining them, it really heartened me that they are actually Singaporeans helping Singaporeans. And I think that's something which it's a good way to go into a business,
Sure.
and a good way to help businesses and fly the Singapore flag high.
Purposeful in that sense.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, that's great. So last year, Eezee managed to raise seed funding from an investor. Can you share with us how much seed funding you've managed to raise so far, Terence, and what kind of investors you get, how these partnerships are coming about?
Sorry, I'm unable to disclose how much seed funding.
Okay. What you going to do with the money then?
Yeah.
So basically, we are trying to build more awareness around our product because right now, the concept of shopping online for work it sounds maybe ridiculous to like many organizations because they are concerned about, hey, so where does the compliance come in? Things like that. Yeah, and also we are at a time where companies, they are beginning or they are trying to digitalize to implement like their ERP solutions and stuff like this. So, and it is a very good time, for us because our solution plugs right into your ERP system.
But that's a good point, and I want to take it to Sandra because you talked about your co-founder having a history in procurement, and there would have been people who've been in this business for a long time. On the one hand, you're saying to them, look, we can make life a lot easier, but on the other hand, they might be slightly suspicious. Is that a challenge when you're trying to market this as a product, Sandra?
I think, yes, it is true. And I think the space, it's not, they don't talk, there's not a lot of content out there, and therefore the educating of where the solution that we're trying to provide is actually the challenge. And how do we make it simple enough to understand, yet
concise enough?
Yes, exactly. So that is a challenge that we deal with every day. How do we explain it in a way that it's easy for people to understand?
Moving forward, Terence, the future of Eezee, what's next?
We want to help local suppliers to sell overseas. So we are really expanding our, product. We're doubling down on our features, anchoring our stronghold in Singapore, and then eventually help our suppliers sell overseas. Yeah.
Wow. That sounds fantastic. In the studio with us, Terence Goh, co-founder of Eezee, as well as Sandra Lim, head of marketing for Eezee. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time, and we wish you the best of luck.
Yeah, great to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at moneyfm893.sg or download the SPH radio app available on Google Play or the App Store.